What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday stream. Good evening to everyone around the world. How's it going, Seth? Welcome to the stream. Man, I have a lot of things to talk about today, so get ready. I think today is going to be an action packed stream because we'll be having a 3-day close and also a 9-day close on BTC. I know that the 9-day doesn't sound like a traditional time frame to you, but I'll show you why it's worth paying attention to. So before diving into the charts, remember to smash that like button. It's right down here on the video. Also click on subscribe and turn on notifications so you know where I'm going live. But I do usually go live Monday through Friday at around, I would say, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And sometimes I skip one day, Monday through Friday, to let the charts cook a little bit before going live once again. So let's kick it off. We have BTC here. It's down 1.1%. On one point of the day, it was down almost 3% in the middle of the afternoon. Yeah, down 3% plus. Recovered quite a bit, sitting at 66.6K right now. And having the first bullish backtest to this long-term descending trend line, this descending channel that we've been on since March. I'm gonna be honest, I usually don't like that much when you do things like this, when you do this kind of retest. I like to see when you get such a breakout out of a long-term descending channel. I just like to see like a small pullback maybe, or just a straight strong impulse. But I'll take this, doesn't seem so bad. We'll be talking about the potential bearish scenarios, because why not? Although you do have to know that I'm bullish, and we'll be going level to level. So yeah, just a small pullback on BTC. The thing is that it's a little bit concerning on the dailies that you have a potential bearish divergence here on the MACD histogram. We were watching this way above here, and now it's starting to become somewhat real. Almost full resetted on the oscillator here on the MACD. So if we actually get back down a print a negative momentum bar, you would have confirmed a bearish divergence, although that doesn't imply it's going to play out. Usually bearish divergence don't play out that often on bull markets. And if this is a true bull market since this higher low in early September, and actually since the first rate cut of the Fed, then I wouldn't give that much hope to this bearish divergence playing out. So that's on the daily. I want to go to the levels also here. So you'll see we encountered resistance on 69K, sold off, had a bearish engulfing candle, then a nothing burger yesterday, and now another impulse lower today. Almost touched support here at around 64.8K. So you'll see we're in between this level of two inflection zones from history. This one being the all-time high from April 2021, and the second one the all-time high from November 2021, and you're right in between, and almost had a bullish retest to 64.8K. So where I want to see a bounce, I want to see a bounce anywhere above here. Basically, I don't want to see market structure break here, taking out this lows at around 60K. Although on a level wise scale, you're fine above 58.4K. I wouldn't see a low that takes out the 60K low here, just because on how the structure's looking since this higher low, because you have a low here, a higher high, a higher low, and then another higher high. All of this locally, of course, because you have to take into consideration the structure here to the left. But I would like to continue to see this short-term structure hold, and start seeing stuff like that to the upside. Those are my thoughts on the daily here on BTC. Okay, let's move into the 3-day. So the 3-day will be closing in 32 minutes. Here we go. So The 3-day here is going for a bearish engulfing candle, is down 3.4%, going for lowest 3-day close since October 12. And you have somewhat of a bullish confluence here locally on the RSI, but on the MACD you have a potential bearish divergence. But let me tell you this, chat. I was picking my mind around this setup. You know how much I like to talk about this 3-day setup on the MACD histogram. There's a 3 rising valleys situation and triple bullish divergence here, of course. So you have the 3 rising valleys with the breakout line. This was the confirmation of the breakout line. This was the throwback. And now you reclaim the breakout, but now you're chilling. I mean, you're printing another weaker momentum bar here on the 3-day. When I wanted to see continued strength, I would like to see bigger and bigger 3-day bars here on the MACD histogram. But I'm gonna be real with you here, chat. If you're able to hold the breakout line again, even you could print another bar above here, I'm not gonna get concerned. If we come back down below the breakout line again, then I'm gonna get a little bit concerned. Why? Because buyers have the entire world of arguments here. They have the whole narrative for pushing BTC higher on a 3-day time frame. But if they fail to do so with such a strong setup, I would lean towards maybe this still being on the controls of the sellers. Because when you have a bull market, bear patterns and bearish divergence usually underperform. And when you have a bearish market, bullish patterns such as this one, which is a massive one, could underperform. So if this pattern doesn't perform, I will be inclined towards maybe being on a seller's controlled market still, that started basically on March, that developed into this massive bullish divergence and also accumulation pattern of positive momentum. So I'm gonna stay cool and chilling as long as we print positive momentum above here, this breakout line above 584. So that's my line in the sand for this pattern being invalidated or not. Because of course we're losing that positive momentum, but it could pick up. It could pick up once again on the next 3-day close right there. So if you were wondering on an update regarding that pattern, that's why I think as long as you're holding here this breakout line and you didn't get another throwback, then I don't think there's any reason for concern or panic. And if you go to the RSI here, it looks fine. You have bullish confluence on each move, being higher high, higher lows. You do have a potential bearish argument here on the positive momentum in the MACD histogram, since this was a higher high regarding this one. But unless you lose the breakout line here, I'm not gonna get any concern about a potential move to a potential strong move to the downside. Okay. And also, if you turn on the Bollinger Bands here, you'll see that we're rejecting the upper band once again. Did we actually? Yeah, so we had an actual test to be our upper side of the bands here, to which you're selling off from on the 3-day. So yeah, you could come back down, maybe potentially test the moving average once again on the Bollinger Bands. You could be holding 62, 61K. As long as you don't take out 59.9K down here with a 3-day close, I think the bullish structure, it's okay. All right. So that's regarding the 3-day. Now I'm going to talk about the 9-day here. So get ready, chat. I'm gonna pull up a naked chart. So 9 days also closing in less than 30 minutes. Why am I showing you a random time frame right now? Because if 3-day wasn't arbitrary enough, the 9-day sounds even more crazier, right? But let's check it out, because why not? You're going for the highest 9-day close since June 2nd. You're catching follow through out of the previous bullish engulfing candle on October 6th. And you're about to go full reset on the momentum here on the MACD histogram. You're about to flip into positive momentum, something that you have not seen since May 24. But the real trick here is on the Bollinger Bands. look at how compressed here the bands are on the 9-day. Because if you turn on the weekly, they'll be compressed, but they're not as compressed on the 9-day, and that's why it's somewhat of a it's a time frame that I think that's interesting. Look at here at the Bollinger Band width. You're spending quite some time here on compression, and usually when you stay this long on a compression on the Bollinger Bands, you ultimately get somewhat of a volatility expansion. I think it's going to be to the upside, right? Because we're pushing higher. It'll be a green candle in 26 more minutes until we strongly sell off on the remaining 26 minutes of the day, and you're above the moving average here in the Bollinger Bands. So I think that this, if we could get a clue on what could happen next, I think the 9-day might be telling us that where we're finding, you know, doubt on the daily, we find doubt on the 3-day. Maybe if we go to higher time frames, we can see the full picture and see the forest through the trees and say that we're actually fine. You know, this bullish engulfing candle is actually being confirmed with a green candle on the 9-day time frame. So this might be one of the few remaining candles before a breakout and expansion to the upside. And also the MACD histogram is yelling for a reset and for positive momentum here. So I think that you have confidence here on this time frame about an impulse to all-time highs. The RSI also poised for higher levels, 57, just 3 points away from the bullish control zone here on the 9-day time frame. Okay, so I wanted to get that out of the way on BTC because I know that this kind of pullbacks can get scary. You know, you have a potential bearish divergence here in the MACD histogram. You know, we've been doing this thing for quite a while where you go and push into range highs, then you have a strong sell-off. So can it get bad? Of course. You know, this is the cryptocurrency market. Things are usually turn bad, you know. But maybe this time around, we're in due for positive price action. So that's your BTC. Let's talk about a little bit about Bitcoin against the SPX. So BTC against the SPX is down 0.1%. Doing quite a recovery here, especially after hours, especially after Wall Street closed today. Going for the lowest daily candle close. Let's see. Since October 14, but has a lot of bullish absorption. You're below the 200 moving average and below the breakout line of this inverse head and shoulders. Let's see the 3-day. So the 3-day, it's going on a battle right now to see whether it'll be a bearish engulfing candle or not. So the 3-day actually, BTC against the SPX is outperforming the USD pair right now, which is what you want. Honestly, what you want to see. You want to see BTC have a strength against the stock market. Otherwise, it's not going to do that much. Maybe we'll get a pullback on the stock market and we get a decouple. We get BTC decoupled from the stock market, just like in late October of last year. So 3-day looks fine. You know, you just need to recover here this breakout line. You're on a similar somewhat of a situation regarding the MACD histogram than the USD pair on the 3-day time frame. You're losing that positive momentum, but not invalidated as for now. Okay. I do want to show you real quick here the daily. The S&P has a triple bearish divergence got confirmed today. You'll see this 3 highs, you know, from August are a triple bearish divergence here in the MACD histogram. And usually it's when you get a triple bearish divergence or a triple bullish divergence that you have the better odds of it playing out. So there is a chance that you might get a pullback here on the S&P going into the elections. Actually went into the lowest daily candle close since October 10. And you just have that buyer succession on the MACD histogram. So what you want to see is potentially maybe something like this here, where you have a pullback on stocks, you know, while all of this was BTC strength last year. And ultimately, when stocks recovered, BTC pumped even harder. So just my thoughts regarding the stock market right now. You do have a triple bearish divergence on the daily. Let's go into Bitcoin dominance. It's up 0.3% today. I told you it's a hard time trying to catch a top here on BTCD. Actually, possibly confirming the highest low of this uptrend that started almost 2 years ago now. The lows are from November 2022, so almost going for a steady 2-year uptrend on this index, going for the highest daily candle close since October 19, printing strong positive momentum once again on the MACD histogram, and above 60 on the RSI, so in the bullish control zone. Let's see the 3-day time frame, because the 3-day had a possibility here. I talked about this on the previous 3-day close, that you had a potential triple bearish divergence here, and look at why they did, Chad. When you were flipping red here on the beginning of this 3-day open on Monday, they just recovered it, and now printing stronger positive momentum on the MACD histogram. So that triple bearish divergence is gonna have to wait here, where you had this scenario, which could give us ultimately the pullback on BTCD right there. So just gonna have to be patient, chat. So that's your 3-day, nothing burger, just recovering from this pullback on the previous 3-day close. Let's see the 9-day, because why not? Since we're talking about the 9-day, the 9-day on BTC. BTC is going for the highest 9-day close since March 23rd, 2021. Printing stronger positive momentum once again on the MACD histogram. 67 on the RSI, buyer's control zone on a macro high time frame. And look at the Bollinger Bands here, chat. Look at this. Look at how price on Bitcoin dominance have stayed on the upper side of the bands for so long, and riding the band higher, just basically with no touch of the basically the last time, not even here. When was the last time that you touch the lower band? The last time that you touched the lower band on the 9 time frame was on May 2021, chat. Talk about strength. So much demand that you couldn't even touch the lower end of the bands since May 7 of 2021. So insane price action on BTC dominance. Why hasn't BTC made us millionaires yet? Vince asked in the chat. If I'm gonna be real, it's because we're not patient enough, because I need more time. But I've seen some crazy theories about comparing Bitcoin against the Nikkei index. I don't know if you know the Japanese stock market, where on the early 90s it went on a crazy parabolic run, and the stage 4 of the parabolic run might be the one that BTC is entering right now, which will be a really large impulse. And if that actually happens, Vince, maybe in 2 more years, we'll come back into the stream and we will be reached. But you have to be patient. So Bitcoin dominance, just a relentless strength. Pretty funny to look at this chart when you have Solana just pushing into fresh highs against Ethereum and breaking out on the USD pair too. So we'll get to that shortly. I do want to talk about Bitcoin dominance. USDT dominance in length, because look at this. You had a breakdown here of 5.23%. This level is not a joke, chat. Here, look at how was regarded as resistance the previous cycle, 2021 and 2022. What are you supposed to do in the meantime? Well, you can have some fun, just look at charts with me, come into stream, maybe trade some S coins on the Solana network technology blockchain. I know that you like flying drones, you fly some drones, but the 5.23% chat, it's no joke. Look at it's not only the previous 2 cycles. It's not only the cycle before the current one. It's this one as well that's been regarded both as support and resistance. And you had a breakdown here on Sunday, but then had an immediate buyback when you touched the 200 moving average. with a bullish engulfing candle. Catch follow through on Tuesday. Are now going for the highest daily candle close since Sunday 13. So what you have to ask yourself here, and also the bad thing about this is that you have a bullish divergence. This is like the opposite on what's going on Bitcoin here. That you have that bearish divergence on the MACD histogram about to be confirmed. And here you have the opposite with a bullish divergence on the MACD histogram. And what you have to pray for is that you're currently on a bear market on USDT dominance, and that this bullish divergence is not gonna play out here, and you'll eventually just gonna fail to get back on top of this long-term ascending channel, and from a lower high you will continue downwards. If you actually pull up like a moving average indicator, it's a classic one that I used. You can see now that you're selling off against these EMAs. So what you don't want to see is that you don't want to recover, for example, the 21 EMA here or the 13 EMA, because you're going to be at risk of flipping into a buy signal here and potentially have that bullish divergence play out, if that makes any sense to you. Yeah, bro, you can fly your drones. In the meantime, I don't think 2 years is that bad if we actually get generational wealth on BTC. So that's your daily here on USDT dominance. The confluence here with the 200 moving average plus a reclaim of 5.23%, and this bullish divergence is somewhat scary. Although you don't have it on the RSI, you have a bearish confluence. It's a little bit scary where you have such a steady uptrend here on USDT dominance. Just makes you wonder, will the uptrend continue, or will this local downtrend that started on August will basically continue to play out? So that's somewhat of the same crossroads that you are on BTC, you know. If you're on BTC, I'm gonna get back to it real quick. You can argue that you're on a downtrend, you know, that started on March, or eventually that you had a market structure break here starting early September with a higher low, then a higher high, then another higher low. So that's what you're wondering here. Basically, that's what the timeline and market participants are fighting on. Which trend line will prevail? Is it the long-term downtrend from March, or is it the new trend that started early September? So that's what you can also appreciate on USDT dominance here on the daily time frame. And buyers have an argument here, chat. I'll tell you that. Buyers of USDT dominance have an argument. You reclaimed 5.23%, a strong bounce from the 200 moving average, plus a bullish divergence here on the MACD histogram. So if this actually doesn't play out, you're looking at a serious bullish price action for BTC. That's right, man. If you can hold yourself from trading for 2 years, I'm sure you can pull off another 2 more years for sure. So the 3-day here on USDT dominance looks somewhat inverted to what BTC is doing. This is going for a bullish engulfing candle. Same deal with the RSI. I mean with the MACD histogram. This is your breakout line right here of this distribution pattern, these three falling peaks. So as long as you don't have any momentum here come above the breakout line, then I think this pattern is still valid. It's just could be, you know, a little bit flirty, you know, with a strong and weak negative momentum until you print that stronger and stronger negative momentum to the downside. So it's not over yet. Just have to be paying attention to both Bitcoins and USDT dominance histogram on the 3-day time frame, not to lose the breakout here. Because if it does, then I would assume that it means that the sellers are so deeply in control of the market that not even a 5-month plus setup was able to play out. That's what I think. And then let's see the 9-day here. So 9-day, nothing burger, you know, trying its best to flip positive, you know, where on BTC, on this case, it will be red right now. On USDT dominance, it's just green, but it's the same, you know, losing that positive momentum in the MACD histogram and about to flip positive, hopefully, about to come into a full reset of the oscillator, something that you have not seen since April of this year. So buyers, crypto bulls are having every argument for a push higher. It's just out there. You have to look for it, because a lot of people on the timeline seem a little bit desperate and think that this will be another play out, like another drop, just like before. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't, chat, and it's gonna catch a lot of people by surprise. Tell you that. Let's go into Ethereum first, and then Solana. Solana, it's the title of today's stream and also the thumbnail. We will see why. Ethereum first also has been catching some attention on the timeline, but not exactly on a positive note, chat. Everyone's been hating on Solana, on Ethereum, because it's down 3.7% today, and it's been vastly outperformed by Solana. But if you take a look at some other coins today, most of them are red, chat. Most of the altcoins are red, with the exception of Solana and some Sol Beta. So this whole hate going on in Ethereum is just because another layer one it's outperforming it. It's not because it's the worst performing altcoin today. It's not. I'm sure it's another few altcoins that are trading really badly, really poorly today, but it's because they put it on contrast to what Solana is doing. So either way, it's down 3.7%, going for the lowest daily candle close since October 13, and losing 2,500. This level here from history that you don't want to be below it, because your next logical target would be 2,300 below here for Ethereum. You failed to break here this neckline of this inverted head and shoulders, but maybe they'll go with another attempt after a higher low, or potentially a lower low regarding this one. As long as you don't take out the head, then you could have a viable setup for a reversal here on Ethereum. Let's see the 3-day, if we have anything. So the 3-day is going for a bearish engulfing candle. Lowest 3-day close since October 9. Losing the positive momentum in the MACD histogram. Nothing that we have not seen on BTC here. And the RSI at 46. So, yeah. Just having a hard time taking off from the 200 moving average here in the 3-day time frame. Yeah. Let's see ETH BTC, because there's a major development going on today, chat. I hope that you can I hope that you can guess what am I talking about. So there you have it. ETH BTC is down 2.6% on the day, going for the lowest daily candle close. Let's see, chat. Oh my God. Since April 13, 2021. So since basically you were below the 036 to 037, basically the 3600 to 3700 sat value for Ethereum. So pre-breakout levels, where you're going for the lowest daily candle close today. And what's the major development, chat? Something that I've been waiting for quite some time. It just touched this major inflection zone from history. Will we see a reaction at around these levels, or will it overshoot it? Because it's them looking like it wants to nuke, Just a lot of vertical distribution here going on ETH BTC. Losing that positive momentum in the MACD histogram. 37 again on the RSI. So just again entering the bearish control zone on the daily. Let's see the 3-day here. So lowest 3-day close also since April 10, 2021. Pre-breakout levels. It's incredible, this chart. So makes you wonder, will it overshoot, Maybe does something like that and then goes for maybe a relief rally. I don't know, man. I don't know how long this downtrend is going to take to reverse. But if this was another ticker, besides crypto, which crypto sometimes does a lot of B recoveries. That's what I'm saying, that if this was a traditional market asset, I would think that it would take some time of an accumulation before an impulse higher. So that's like the sad part about it. But you're definitely entering value here on ETH BTC. I'll tell you that. On the timeline, most definitely looked like it wants nothing to do with Ethereum. With Ethereum is finally, ETH BTC is finally reaching value levels here that would previously held as resistance. And if we go for a Fibonacci retracement, you're well below the 618 and going into 786. So you're below the golden retracement ratio, but going into deep retracement levels. So yeah, I'm just not gonna be calling any bottoms or tops here, because I told you this, chat. Give me a higher low on ETH BTC, and then we could talk. And market participants tried, man. They were trying since September 18th, since the Fed cut rates here. They were trying to potentially have a higher low, and they failed miserably. Look at this daily candle close. So this is a major development going on ETH BTC today, and it's quite crazy where you're seeing like Solana strength to the upside on a red day. You know, where BTC is selling off, you see Solana being green and pushing higher. You get this breakdown on ETH BTC. So just quite the sight to be staring at, chat, not gonna lie. But remember, 36 to 3700 are a value area, potential reversal zone for ETH BTC here. Look at this inflection zone, not to be disregarded so easily. It's just and when it is an horizontal level like this, chat, the entire world can see it. The composite operator can see it. Market makers see it. You know, retail sees it. So yeah, insane. Bearish control zone on the 3-day too. So get wrecked, Vitalik. Stop selling your coins. Maybe you'll get some positive price action like that. All right, let's go into the big elephant in the room today, chat. Solana clearing 170 bucks, staying green and going for a breakout today against all odds. I'm gonna be spilling some hardcore bullish propaganda for Solana today, chat. So get ready. If you don't like Sol, this is a good time to shut up the stream. You know, hopefully you don't. Maybe zone out for a minute if you want. But I'm gonna be spitting hardcore bullish propaganda for Sol today, and you'll see why. It's not just because, you know, we had a reclaim of 170 bucks, this inflection zone from the previous cycle. You'll see how it was regarded both as resistance and as support. This cycle too also has been an inflection zone. It's not because of that. It's not because it's pumping 2.2% on a red day. Not because it's going for the highest daily candle close since July 31st. Not because it's at 69 points on the RSI and printing strong positive momentum in the MACD histogram. It has nothing to do with that. And I'll show you in a few minutes what am I talking about. On the 3-day, going for the highest 3-day close since July 29, printing stronger positive momentum in the MACD histogram. 60 points on the RSI, so you're entering the bullish control zone, something that you have not seen since late July. So highest readings on the RSI since late July, since this impulse, which was the Trump assassination attempt, basically, which was a major rally here on BTC and crypto. And now that I look at it, you have a potential breakout here of an inverse head and shoulders. An upsloping inverse head and shoulders, where you have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So a reversal pattern confirmed on the RSI on the 3-day time frame. That's cool. Let's see the Bollinger Bands. So, oh man, Bollinger Bands, you're having another close on the 3-day outside of the bands. Will be confirmed in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, chat. Look at this. And when you get consecutive closes outside of the bands, it's usually ultimate strength, like what you saw here, That's what you want to see on an asset. You want to see volatility, you know, increasing, basically this standard deviations being followed or led by price. All right. So cool developments on Sol USD, both on the daily and the 3-day time frame. But why am I so bullish on Solana, Pitbox? Well, chat, maybe, just maybe, it has something to do with a little thing called Sol BTC. Sol BTC printing a 6th consecutive green day candle in a row, going for the highest close since August 9. 3.1% gainer today, 68 on the RSI, and strong positive momentum on the MACD histogram. Actually, your highest Momo since July 3rd here on Sol BTC. Finally being able to break out from this resistance on the 200 moving average. And if you look closer here on Sol BTC, you actually have an inverse head and shoulders, which your neckline was basically this 200 moving average, now confirmed and playing out. Okay, so we're bullish on Sol BTC. I'll give you that. On the 3-day, let's see what's going on. 3-day had a previous bullish engulfing candle. Now it's catching follow through, going for the highest 3-day close since August 4. Printing strong positive momentum in the MACD histogram again. 58 on the RSI. Everything's cool. Okay. See the Bollinger Bands here. Also, oh my God, chat. Also going for a 3-day close, a 3-day break, a breakout on the Bollinger Bands here after a squeeze. Let's see how big the squeeze is on the Bollinger Bands this time around. Look at this, chat. How compressed you are on the Bollinger Bands, and you have not even started to move. And you have this entire compression coming from basically April on volatility on Sol BTC on the 3-day time frame. So, man, I'm guessing this expansion is gonna be wild. All right, but chat, the magic here for Sol BTC and what has me really amped today, and why am I showing and being so emphatic about Sol BTC and Solana right now, it's on the weekly time frame. Of course, this will close on Sunday, but more likely than not, I think it's going to close somewhat like this. And look at this, chat. I talked about this a few weeks ago. Now I'm showing it to you again in before this indicator being fully reset. What do we have here, chat? A reversal pattern the size of Oklahoma. You have an inverse head and shoulders that started manufacturing on February of this year. Mid-February of this year, Sol BTC started printing a beautiful inverse head and shoulders on the weekly time frame on the MACD histogram. Look at this, chat. I think I told you about this. You need to print this, put it on your fridge, you know, use it as a wallpaper, text it to your girlfriends, whatever. But you need to put attention to this, chat. This is no joke. This is a no joke scenario, man. You're about to flip positive on Sol BTC after a huge reversal pattern on the weekly time frame, where you have the 3-day time frame looking for a volatility breakout on the Bollinger Bands, and you have this massive reversal pattern of negative momentum about to flip positive on Sol BTC. And structurally, it looks like this, man, where you have consecutive higher lows. Granted, you did have some lower highs that look like a distribution, whatever, but you have this, chat. This is the secret ingredient. This is the secret, basically, setup going forward. No one knows about this. No one in the timeline. This is Pitbox, your friend here, you know. That's me, being really happy. But it's what's going on, friends. My opinion, right here. This inverse head and shoulders on the weekly time frame on the MACD histogram. This will lead into something like that, hopefully. Just massive Solana outperformance to BTC. That's what I'm expecting. Can it fail? Of course it can fail. It's just a setup, you know? It's just a setup that gives me a higher probability of playing out than not. Nothing certain about markets. But when you see setups like this is when I just make my bets, and when I go strong on a conviction play like Solana. And it's not like I'm calling for some weird thing, and it's not like I'm calling for Tron or fucking Toncoin or whatever being the market leader. I'm just betting on like the continuance of Solana outperforming. I'm betting on the current trend, chat. And where you have the current trend and the year-long market leader, like a risk-on market leader, showing me this on the weekly time frame that's about to drastically outperform BTC potentially, man, it gives me all the hope in the world about the market. And not only Solana, this gives me hope about BTC too. This gives me the impression that we're gonna get 2023 Q4 all over again. We're gonna get basically BTC breakout with Solana outperforming the shit out of the rest of the market. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm waiting for. And I'll tell you this, chat, too. Remember this setup? I'm gonna show it to you. BNB against Sol. They look quite weird. I talked about it on the 2-week, on the bi-weekly chart. Look at this, chat. You don't only have it on Sol BTC. Turn on the Bollinger Bands on BNB against Solana. Look at this compression, man. All-time highs and compression and volatility on BNB against Solana. Basically, Solana's been trading sideways to BNB since February. Since all this year, basically. You have had like 10 months of Solana doing nothing against BNB, and now the volatility doesn't seem to give any more time to you. Man, you have a huge bottleneck on volatility. I'm expecting this to be a massive breakdown on BNB against Sol, which will be something like this, chat. Right, like that, Solana just outperforming again the rest of the market. So that's why I'm being so vocal about Solana. It's not like I'm a huge Solana fan, that I enjoy the network. I mean, sure, it's great if you've traded on it. It's fast, it's pretty cheap. It's a world casino, whatnot. But what I like to see, chat, and I've been pretty vocal about this. Like, I don't want to see any shenanigans right now. I don't want to see any weird things, going on. I don't want to see, actually the daily just closed. I don't want to see like basically BNB taking the lead, or where do I have this? Okay, Sol BTC. Or I don't want to see like any shenanigans like a Toncoin is now the market leader or whatever. Like Avalanche is now the market leader. No, fuck that, man. All I want to see is Solana continuing to be the market leader, because I don't want to get any new meta or weird thing here where the market seems a little bit fishy. BTC has been going sideways for like 7 months, man. I don't want to be looking at new things, like any potential weird stuff going on that could give me a hint that the market's changing hands, that maybe this was all distribution all along. I want to see continuance, I want to see people betting the same things, that would give me BTC strength. When Solana has strength, BTC has strength. Show me strength on Solana, and that's what we can see here on the weekly time frame. That's what we're seeing here on the MACD histogram. A reversal pattern, just the almost last for the entirety of this year. Your highest positive momentum on Sol BTC was actually on December of last year. So if this actually plays out, chat, I think this is the canary on the coal mine. This is telling you, man, we're about to get another leg on the bull market. I wouldn't be interested if, for example, BNB against BTC was showing this. I don't think that people will be migrating to Binance Smart Chain to buy shitcoins. No, they're not. So that's why I wanted to be so emphatic about this this setup. I hope that you're paying attention. Sol BTC looks ridiculously good, and for the doubters, for people who say like, oh, you can't chart, in bear set and shoulders on the MACD histogram. What is this guy doing? This is it's a freak of nature. What is he waffling about? Well, I'll show you another example, man. I'll show you the same setup on Bitcoin dominance on the 3-day time frame, how it's been playing out, even till the day, man. Look at this, man. Look at this embarrassing and shoulders here. I talked about it at length on stream. I warned my viewers, I told you guys, man, looks like BTC is about to rip higher, and all of this price action has been to the upside. Look at this, chat. All of this embarrassing and shoulders confirmed, just grinding and grinding higher for so long now since this pattern get confirmed, bro. For 96 days, so almost 100 days of performance of this little embarrassed head and shoulders here on the MACD histogram. All right, how's it going, Timo? Yeah, hype in the chat for Sol strength, that's for sure. And another example I'm gonna show you of this embarrassed head and shoulders on the MACD histogram, it's actually on BTC, bro. It's on the daily time frame, like 2 months ago. Let's see if I can find it right here. Same setup, This was actually a proper head and shoulders, not an inverse one, a reversal to the downside. I'll look at the performance, of the inverse head and shoulders. There was actually the right shoulder here was at 72K, and you have not taken out 72K ever since. And this was on the daily time frame. So if you're looking at a reversal pattern on the weekly time frame for Sol BTC, I got news for you, man. Solana is about to outperform the living crap out of BTC. Potentially. It's nothing certain in life. But I'll wrap it up with this, about my Solana rant. This one here on the daily had better odds of failing. A daily head and shoulders had somewhat of good odds of playing out. A 3-day time frame has better odds. A weekly time frame inverse head and shoulders has better odds than the 3-day and the daily time frame because it's a more significant time frame. It means that it's been brewing for longer, like the market makers and market participants and the composite operator has less room for waffling. Like you could get waffling maybe on the daily time frame. You could get everything, some of the structure like this, and you have a decent chance of it failing. If it's on the weekly time frame, composite operator doesn't have much room for waffling, and lying to your face, because it's such a large time frame that you cannot manufacture this. Know what I'm saying? Of course, it can fail. We can go for a full reset here. This will be closing on Sunday, and maybe we pick up another negative momentum shoulder right here, and then we go for the final breakout. Can that happen? For sure. That's entirely possible, and it wouldn't even invalidate structure. But given the context, given on how BNB against Solana looks, and given what BTC has been doing lately, I think that this will play out. That's where I'm at least putting my money on. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say about Solana. Now that we've been past that, let's talk a little bit about Solana beta. Because why not? Because I know that you degens don't want to bet Solana. You want to go further down the risk curve into some Solana shitters. Will they be memes? Maybe. Will they be utility? Maybe too. Why not? Let's see. I think Jupiter has been doing, oh man, open right out of the gate, up 1.5% today on the fresh daily candle today. So let's see. The daily closed today on a 6.3% gain and going for a breakout of this level of the dollar basically and 7 cents. This inflection zone from history here, you'll see regarded as support and as resistance. Now you're back above it. You're trading at prices that you've not seen since late July. The same as with Solana oscillators, that you know have seen the highest readings on the RSI since late July. You know, this rally. This was the Bitcoin conference with the Trump speech. You're now recovering basically 3 months of price action. This inverse head and shoulders playing out. You know, you broke out, had a bullish retest to the neckline. Off you go. RSI locally overbought at 72 point level, printing strong positive momentum in the MACD histogram, and actually the highest momentum here on Jupiter. Let's see, since July 22nd. Popcat chat is chat. By chat, do you mean Giga Chat? And fuck goat are my biggest soulbacks. Huh. Blue chip memes, someone could say, Timo. We'll check them out. But first, why am I showing you Jupiter? You might wonder, because Jupiter trades really correlated to Solana. Like for example, Suez. I don't know Suez, but why am I shilling or talking about utility right now with Timo when memes are clearly the way to go? I'll show you why. Timo shilled or basically mentioned some great memes on Solana, right? Giga Chat, one of the greatest performance on Solana for the past month. Fwog, too, great performance. Popcat, we'll talk about Popcat because apparently it's going for a breakout. Why am I showing you first Jupiter rather than memes? It's because Jupiter has been trading way more correlated to Solana rather than memes, you know? So this is a leverage bet on Solana. Like memes could go up, down, sideways, whatever. They probably be a meme coin super cycle, like no doubt. Like I'm big on memes too. But first, for the sake of the audience and TA, if you look at Jupiter, you can see that price correlates to Solana way clearer than memes. You know, memes could do whatever, you know, could go up, down. For example, Goat that he mentioned is like 2 weeks old and it's like at 7 million market cap, you know, just an incredible runner. But if you take out Jupiter, you're actually seeing, you know, somewhat of the same price action of Sol. This would be the 120 support on Sol. Same drops here, you know, same supports. So if Sol BTC is gonna break out, I'm sure that Jupiter will follow, and it'll be leverage to Solana. So that's like an easy way to leverage on a spot back if you wanted to ride the Solana upside, right? Where memes, you could have like a massive explosion, then maybe consolidates, maybe goes for another like higher, maybe downtrends for a little bit, you know. This is a clear bet on Solana. So that's what I wanted to show you. And also because of this, chat, where do I have it? Let me see. So Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter against Sol. This is why too, chat. Look at this. If we go to a 3-day time frame, just confirmed, highest 3-day reading here on Jupiter against Solana since June 5th, printing stronger positive momentum in the MACD histogram. Look at the Bollinger Bands here, chat. You had a compression here on volatility, and now you had a breakout here. Clean 3-day close outside of the bands. Of course, you need to watch for follow through because you could ultimately end up doing something like that. But given that you just had an attempt of breaking to the downside, failed with a maximum compression in the Bollinger Bands, and now you're closing outside of the bands, I would say that Jupiter will be like Solana, basically beta, leverage Solana to the upside, right? And if you pull up Jupiter BTC, something like that, you can see too. Where do you have BTC right here? Look at, you can also see the breakout on the 3-day time frame, where here you were not able to have a breakout against BTC. Now you confirm the first 3-day close outside of the bands since June 20, which was to the downside. Now you're printing to the upside. You're back above this inflection zone. So I think it's a little bit more clear on the charts that Jupiter will be trading as leverage Solana. You know, if you wanted to just follow, like if you don't want to bet on memes, you know, and you just want to bet on Sol's price or whatever, like Jupiter is a great alternative. All right. What else? What I was looking at here. Let's talk about this. This meme coin index, basically just a composite of equally. It's not equally weighted, but just a lot of meme coins, you know, to see what they're doing here. On the daily, actually closed green today, reversing from this bearish engulfing on Monday. Looks fine. Having somewhat of a recovery also on the RSI. So maybe consolidates a little bit before pushing higher, because you did have a lower high here, higher lows here, although. So yeah, not much to say. And this is utility against memes on Solana. Basically with Bonk and Ponky, like a large cap memes against large caps utility. You'll see how this has been downtrending against utility for the past, man, since October 12th. That basically utility has been outperforming Solana, at least on majors. But you're now at the 200 moving average here. You'll be printing significant negative momentum in the MACD histogram. So it might be time for a little bit of consolidation. I don't think this is going to be going straight down. But you're closing in on a potential support. So nice. Nice, man. It might be time for memes to take out the lead a little bit against utility here. Since we're talking about memes, let's see some memes. Let's talk about GigaChat, one of Timo's holdings. So the daily closed like a nothing burger, in my opinion. You know, I'm sure it was down like 3% since this moves pretty hardcore. So down 5%, but went into all-time highs today. Actually, GigaChat had the highest price today in history. You're looking at a potential bearish divergence here, both on the MACD and the RSI. Maybe they'll go for a little pullback. If we go check here the Fibonacci tool, maybe they'll pull it back a little bit, who knows. But I'm sure GigaChat is gonna stay chatting, you know, throughout the market. But if you're talking about the short term and we're bullish Solana here. Oh, I almost forgot, Chad. I haven't talked about Sol ETH, man. This was actually the thumbnail today. Let's pull up Sol ETH. Oh my God, look at this candle, man. Sol ETH closed today on a like a 6% gainer into all-time highs. Price discovery. Oh my God, 77 points on the RSI. Actually, highest readings on the RSI since March of this year, Chad. That's what you're getting on Sol ETH, and that's what happens also when you get such weakness on Ethereum, on ETH BTC. Highest reading on the MACD histogram confirmed since July 28. And look at the, I talked so much about this, Chad. You were probably bored out of your mind here. This inflection zone, this resistance now flips to support. Back tested as support. And finally, we got the spring. They even came back down and tested 5,700 before the major spring to the upside. So will this continue to go ripping straight away? I don't know. Let's see the 3-day. Look at that Marubasu candle on the 3-day time frame, man. Bullish engulfing candle, massive spring to the upside. Printing strong positive momentum once again here. 69 on the RSI, bullish control zone. And I'm sure you're getting a Bollinger Band breakout here. Yeah, for sure. So this is impulsing. Maybe consolidates for a little bit after a massive impulse today against ETH BTC. Basically, when you get Solana on the news everywhere, you know, because the market was red today, so everyone's buying Solana right now since it's just had a huge spike. Usually the day after just chills for a little bit, and then when market turns away and looks at the next shiny thing, that's when they continue. But great price action here. It's what you want to see, you know. Nothing like all-time highs for a sign of strength here. And I just waffled for like 15 minutes straight about Sol BTC and its setup. So of course it's also gonna play out against Sol ETH. Okay, back to memes. He said fog. Which one's the one that has more data in here? I wonder. Yeah, it's decent. Okay, so as you can see, fog actually wasn't correlated to Solana today. Memes followed BTC today. Jupiter followed Solana. You get my point? Like if you want to have a leverage bet on Solana price action, you go to Jupiter. That's what I'm saying. But this has been outperforming BTC and the rest of the market and the rest of Solana's for like basically since its inception. So not much to say. Bearish engulfing candle. You do have a bearish divergence here on the RSI and on the MACD histogram, where you have strong market tickers on a bull market like the meme coin market that we're on right now. Maybe they'll need a triple bearish divergence, you know, before having a strong pullback. So maybe this one continues higher, and then when you get the triple bearish divergence is when you have somewhat of the real pullback. But you do have an argument for a sell-off here. Not gonna be calling for it to happen. But this happened on memes across the board today. I think the exception was maybe WEF. That's been somewhat decoupled, you know, from the other memes. And I'm not sure any other memes that was green today. So just a massive performer is the Pepe on Solana, is the fog, you know. Let's talk about Popcat, man. I almost forgot. I think Popcat was also green today. Let's see. Look at this, chat. Highest daily candle close on Popcat in history, confirmed, chat. Look at that, Timo. It's incredible. You do know what I think about this ascending Browning wedge here and this trend line that's been on and potentially breakout. Man, this is looking exactly what Punky did here. From here, you know, you have the trend line. Something like that, if you want. And basically, when you have an ascending Browning wedge and you had a breakout to the upside, you go on a parabolic run. And I'm going to show you on a way larger asset and time frame. Here. Right here, chat. Doesn't this look like Popcat? Of course, this parabolic run wasn't as incredible because it's gold, you know, but actually had a blow off top, you know. You had the ascending Browning wedge, same structure as Punky, as a Popcat, you know, and a blow off top, and then a complacency shoulder back testing previous support as resistance, which ultimately led into a crash. But on BTC here, where is my Binance chart? This one right here. It was on Bitstamp, I think. This one here. Okay. Whoops. Look at this, chat. Coming all the way from 2020, ascending Browning wedge on yours truly on the orange coin, BTC. You have the trend line here, the same one that Popcat has. Right here. You know, you are like around here in Popcat, and then blow off top, then held the previous resistance as support and went into, you already know what happened. Excuse me. So I love that setup, man. I love Popcat. I love what it's doing. Will it go for the breakout? Looks like it. Will it perform? Hopefully. Although it's like a 1.4 billion or 1.2 billion asset class right now. I mean asset. But that's your setup, man. That's your setup. Maybe there's it's gonna happen the great cat rebalancing where you have like huge dog coins and not any big cat meme coins. But as definitely trading like it, going for the highest daily candle close ever. You're losing some steam on the RSI, but nothing too concerning. Printing negative, about to flip positive here on the MACD histogram, although. So that's great. And gold, I'm not gonna take a look at it because it's been impulsing ever since it was created. So it's not much that I can tell you. You know, not much TA. It's just a straight. This is gold. That's gold right there. Like maybe something like this. I had like a bigger pullback and not much TA to do on it, but those are great backs in my opinion. If you're gonna hold them long term. Mumu here as also was a great setup in burst and shoulders. Unfortunately, came back below the breakout line here. So I'm not sure how this looks, man. If you look at it on Deck Screener, it has like a little bit more of formation, something like that. So I was thinking about this ticker the other day, and usually when you get like price action like this, you know, and you go on a big parabolic run, then you come back down and build that inverse head and shoulders like that, and then like that. I'm like, oh my god, this looks great, you know, it's gonna go straight up again, you know, and you're flipping this previous level of support. What I found out is that usually you get something like this, a little bit more of time, and then you go like this looks good still, you know, although you're below the breakout line. All you need to do is not take out the head here. But I'm by the way this is behaving, I think that this could take a little bit more of time to play out, man. Maybe something like that, you know, when people get bored of it again. Maybe it's when it goes. Call me crazy, but those were my previous recent thoughts on Momo here. Let's see, with bullish engulfing candle, actually decent. Not much of a technical area here, but it's cool. Let's see the 3-day. 3-day bearish engulfing candle. Get me out of here. I'm not gonna be too hyped on that. Radium has also been trading somewhat like and actually closed green today. Wow, like Solana beta, and actually outperforming Jupiter right now. Had the inverse head and shoulders, and not just off the races. But this has also been trading like you can clearly see this is pretty similar to a Solana chart. So if you're bullish on Solana and Sol BTC, you're bullish on Radium and Jupiter. Whatever memes does, I'm sure memes will outperform the rest of the market. But meme coins rotation have been savage lately, you know. You have a new trend coming out every week, you know, and it's gonna require patience. So let's go into a daily close. So close on the bearish engulfing candle on BTC, down 1.1%. Not to be concerned about. You actually close above the previous wick here, because it could be somewhat favorable. Means that there was absorption on the sell-off. But yeah, we'll see, man, if this will turn out to be a deeper pullback, or this is just it. I think the clue relies here on USDT dominance, where you have this bullish divergence here on the MACD histogram. You need it to just basically have a bearish retest to this previous support level, and then you'll be going down, hopefully. All right. So I've been going on for about an hour. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Benz, Timo, Seb for the interactions. Remember to smash that like button on the way out. We're going live tomorrow to cover the markets once again at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope that you have a great night.